Welcome back again, guys. So today I want us to continue and finish up this question paper. Not really finish up, but try to tackle where we haven't yet finished it. We are still dealing with the KZN June 2022 common test. So we already did the value of closing stock using FIFO method. We did the value of closing stock using weighted average. Now we are on 2.2.2, where they say we must calculate the following for cricket pets. We must calculate the cost of sales, the gross profit, the markup, and the stock holding period. So this video will be focusing on calculating the cost of sales as well as the gross profit. All right, let's get started. I have already written the formula for cost of sales on our right. This will be a very short video because it's not such a challenging thing to calculate cost of sales. The only thing you need to do is familiarize yourself with the formula for cost of sales. It's always the same. So the formula for cost of sales says your opening balance plus your purchases plus your carriage minus your returns minus your value of closing stock. So the value of closing stock is the one which is a bit of a challenge. Not really a challenge because you have to know which method were you using on cricket pets. So let's check. Cricket pets on 2.2.1 they said calculate the value of closing stock using the FIFO method. So which means the cost of sales will be based on the value of closing stock for cricket pets using a FIFO method. Which means the value of closing stock here that we're going to include here is the one that we got using a FIFO method. Where did we calculate this one? We calculated it on 2.2.1, where they said for cricket pets we must calculate the value using FIFO method. So we want the amount that we got on 2.2.1. That's the amount that we're going to include here as a value of closing stock, right? So other than that, let's continue and follow our formula. Opening plus purchases plus carriage minus returns minus value of closing stock. That's cost of sales for you. So now let's get our opening. Okay, turn our page to our information. Remember, they said we must calculate for cricket pets, which means we are going to be focusing only on cricket pets. Let's check our opening for cricket pets. So as you can see, guys, this information here is for cricket pets, and on the other side is for cricket balls. So we are going to be focusing only on cricket pets. All right, so the formula says opening, which means we want the opening balance at the beginning of the year for cricket pets. So let's check it. When I check here, I can see stock balances for the financial year here, right here. Then there is 1 March. 1 March represents our opening. Then 28 February represents our closing. So 1 March we have number of units 125. We don't want the number of units. We have per unit of 600. We don't want the per unit. We want the total value of our opening stock. How much was the total value? We found out that it's 75,000. So I wrote the 75,000 as our opening. Then our formula continues and says for cost of sales, the next thing that we need, we want purchases, which means we want to check the total purchases for the year for cricket pets. So we go to our information. Here is our information. We want where they are saying purchases. Purchases is right here on number C. As you can see, they are saying purchases during the financial year. Purchases during the financial year for cricket pets. How much? As you can see, this is all the information for purchases. They differentiated our purchases based on the months. There is March, which is 78,000. There is August, which is 158,000. There is December, which is 129,600. There is 15th January, which is 52,500. We don't want all that. We want to add all these amounts and get the total for our purchases. So they've already added for us. Then the total for purchases, the number of units is 600. The per unit is this one. We don't want it. We want the total value of our purchases. So the total value of our purchases is 418,800. Then we write it down here under purchases. Purchases they are saying is 418,800. So 418,800 plus our purchases. So yes, remember their carriage also, they say purchases plus carriage. Carriage is the transport, but here there is no carriage, so we will pass that one. Then we move the formula says minus returns. We follow the formula for cost of sales, and you have to know it by mind, guys. So the formula for cost of sales now says minus returns. So let's check, do we have any returns on this example? Any information that talks about returns? From the top of the page there is nothing. Then we go down, there is nothing about returns here, which means it will be 0. Returns will be 0. Then we move on, minus now. Minus what? The value of closing stock. For what? For cricket pads. And remember, for cricket pads, the value of closing stock we calculated using FIFO. You can check the video for FIFO method, the one where I was saying KZN June 2022 FIFO method. That's where you will get the value of closing stock that we calculated. So you take that amount for value of closing stock, then you minus it here. This is the one that they were asking about here on 2.2.1. Calculate the value of the closing stock for what? For cricket pads on 2.1.1 using the FIFO method, which means we want the answer for 2.1.1. No matter how wrong it is, no matter how right it is, that's the answer that you use for 2.2.1. You take it as it is, the value of closing stock that you got in 2.2.1, then you minus it here. No matter how right or how wrong it is, you will get a part mark, right? So we already did that. This is where we did it. This is where we did it, the FIFO method. This is where we did it on this paper, sorry. So this is where we did it. FIFO method, we did step 1, then step 2. You can go and check the video, the first video on inventory valuation for this year. So then the total value for our closing stock, we got how much? Using the FIFO method, we got an amount of 299,400. 299,400. No matter how wrong or how right it is, you take that amount, that is your value of closing stock, 299,400. Then you minus it here. The value of closing stock that we got using FIFO is 299,400. Guys, that the main important thing is following the principle. No matter how wrong your answer is, follow the principle. So minus the value of closing stock, which is 299,400, and that's it, guys. That's the formula for cost of sales. Opening, now we punch our calculator. Opening plus purchases minus returns minus the value of closing stock for cricket pads using FIFO method. Now let's punch our calculator. So our opening is how much? Is 75,000 plus purchases, which is 418,800 minus returns, which is 299,400. Then we got an amount of 194,400. 194,400. That's our cost of sales, guys. That's our cost of sales. That's it. Remember, guys, those who are panicking and requesting for chapters, don't rush, guys. I will do all chapters. I just decided that I want to follow the annual teaching plan, which is the ATP. So this is the chapter that schools are dealing with currently now. So I also want to be in line with that so that learners don't get confused. The chapter that you are doing at school is the same chapter that you will be seeing on this channel every time. So once we are done with this chapter on inventory valuation, we will be going for the next chapter, which is, I think it's production cost or manufacturing or reconciliation. We'll be doing those videos based on the ATP. So just take it step by step and make sure you understand each and every chapter here, each and everything. I will always be here to assist you. So now we have calculated our cost of sales of cricket pads using I mean, using the formula that I gave you, which is opening plus purchases plus minus returns minus the value of closing stock. Go ahead and repeat the video to find out where this value of closing stock is coming from. If guys were using weighted average method, we're going to be using the answer for cricket balls here and we're going to write it here. But now we're using the cricket pads using FIFO method. So we want the answer that we got on FIFO method, then we minus it here. That's the value of closing stock of your cricket pads. Then you get your cost of sales of 194,400, right? I hope you understand. You can repeat the video again if you need more clarity and you can comment there. Don't forget guys, for those who need extra classes or I can say extra effort, there are packages on our group. Check the join section there where you will get the packages on how we can assist you. Just click on the join, then you will see the different packages that we offer, right? If you need clarity, I'm always here on the comment section. You can try and reach out. All right, so now we are done with the cost of sales. This is our cost of sales and we are done with it on 2.2.2 where they said calculate the following for cricket pads. Number one, cost of sales. We are done with it. So the next thing that we are calculating now is gross profit for cricket pads. Gross profit. This one is very simple. It's a free mark, guys. Free mark. Actually, this cost of sales and the gross profit thing, they are free marks because guys, this is where you are passing. So let me give you the formula for gross profit. As from income statement, you know what makes gross profit. You know what makes gross profit. Gross profit is equals to sales minus cost of sales. Sales minus cost of sales. Here guys, they usually give you the amount for sales. What they don't give you is the cost of sales. Obviously, I have just taught you how to calculate the cost of sales. And this is the cost of sales here. No matter how wrong it is, that's the one that you are going to subtract here. That's the one you are going to minus here, that cost of sales. This one, 94,400, right? So now let's try to get our sales. We go to our information. We go to our information. Turn to the other page for information and look for sales. Okay, sales. I can see sales is there on number D. They are saying sales during the financial year. And remember guys, we are focusing on what? On cricket pads. So we want sales for cricket pads. Don't forget that. Cricket pads, this is number one, cricket pads. They are saying cricket pads, 305 units were sold at 900 each. You understand that? They said we sold 305 units at 900 each. Then we got the total sales of 274,500. You right? You understand? They said 305 units. They said we sold 305 cricket pads. And how much was the selling price for each cricket pad? Each cricket pad we were selling it for 900. So we say 305 times 900. Then we get the total sales of 274,500. That's it here. That's the total sales of 274,500, right? So we're going to write it here under sales. We said is how much? Sales is 274,500. That's the one. Sales were almost given every time. So this is our sales, 274,500. We write it here. Minus our cost of sales. Remember guys, cost of sales, I already told you. That's the one we calculated here. No matter how wrong it is, this is your cost of sales. This is your cost of sales. It's how much? It's 194,400. So we minus 194,400. Then we are going to get our gross profit. These are free marks, guys. For those of you who think this is difficult, come on. Just keep on repeating these videos. This is where you are supposed to get free marks. Accounting is very easy to pass. When they give you these easy things, guys, come on. Just stick on it, stick on practicing more papers. You will see they keep on asking one and the same thing, especially on inventory valuation. If you are finding it difficult on other chapters like on paper 1, income statement, balance sheet, use this chapter for inventory valuation to pass. Use this chapter to leverage yourself. Make sure you score all the marks. Make sure you watch the videos and you repeat up until you understand, because you will never get it as easy as this. This is the most easiest chapter, and that's where you're supposed to take all the marks. It usually comes for 40 marks in an exam. So imagine just scoring the whole of 40 marks. It's possible, guys. It's possible to score the whole of 40 marks. There's no one who is not brilliant here. You are all brilliant as long as you put in the effort. If you don't put in the effort that is needed, who do you think is supposed to put it for you? So be clever, guys. You've been studying for almost 12 years now, and now you're in grade 12. That's where you are supposed to prove yourself. Just dedicate yourself this whole year and make sure you score the best metric marks ever, because they will change your life. Metric marks are very important. Why? Because they will use it in your life to judge the kind of person that you are in your whole entire life. That's the importance of metric marks, right? We all know some will say, school is not the only thing that we are going to gain success from. I know, guys, but who told you where your success is? Do you know where your success is? You might say, I will open a business, I will do this and that. But are you sure it will be functional? Are you sure it will work for you? So in short, I'm trying to say, make sure you take every opportunity that you are given to attack this life. Make sure you take every opportunity that you are given. This school is an opportunity on its own. This business that you are thinking about is an opportunity on its own. Don't choose and say, I will focus on this, I will leave this. No, take it all and put your effort in almost everything that you are doing. Put all your effort in almost everything that you are doing. Don't say, this is difficult, I cannot do it. Come on. Those who say it's difficult are the ones who are not successful. But those who say, no matter how difficult it is, I will try. Hence, here we are here to assist you. We are here to give you the tips to pass. Okay. I was a motivational speaker. Sorry. But anyway, gross profit, sales minus cost of sales. Let's punch our calculator. Our sales is how much? 274,500. So we're going to say 274,500 minus sales minus cost of sales, which is 194,400. 194,400. Then we get a gross profit of 80,100. 80,100. You are done, guys. Just like that. Take it slow. Repeat the video again if you do not understand. Don't forget to subscribe there and like and also share. Does not take a second, guys, to help us. And also, if you need more exclusive content or if you need extra classes and lessons, check our join. Just click on join there to see the packs that we're offering. Thanks a lot, guys. See you on the next video.